Welcome. It is just coming up to 2 minutes to the hour, and we will be starting just in a few moments. So, just saying hi to all you that came on early. You're very welcome. I hope you're having a great day, and we will be starting very, very shortly. Welcome. Hope you're having a great day. So, what we're going to talk about today is just the camera small. There we go. What we're going to talk today is upsells and cross-sells. Before we do that, I want to talk about creating content for your sales page, even rather than for your sales page. So I want to go through how content is created, because when you're dealing with a web designer, that's very, very important. So let's go and have a look. Okay, so where did it all start is an interesting question. Sales pages have been around for a long, long time, and I'm going to go through today some of the things with you on how it started, where it came from, and then the rules of kind of creating a sales page and the content on the sales page, because that's very important. Because you cannot do the content, you cannot get somebody else to write your content. Okay, there is nobody knows your business like you. There is nobody going to be able to write about your business like you. And there is nothing wrong with you creating an outline document and getting a copywriter to fix it. That's fine. But if you go and get a copywriter to write about your business, especially when it's a brick and mortar business or what you're offering and the rest of it, it just doesn't work. So let's get into it. All right. This is from the Wall Street Journal. I'm just going to open that up separately on another screen here, so I can actually read it. So this was this sales page, this actual sales letter, which was literally a sales letter. And the reason they're called sales letters or sales pages is they're big, long sales pages. They're very prominent in the USA and not that prominent in Europe or our side of the world, but they work extremely well. And this one did over $2 billion US, okay? And this was back in, I don't know, the 19, whatever it was. I think there might be a date on the bottom of it. So let's go through it. Dear reader, on the beautiful late spring afternoon 25 years ago, two young men graduated from the same college. They were very much alike. These two young men both had better than average students. Both had been better than average students, both were personable, and both, as young college graduates, were filled with ambitious dreams for the future. So what they've done here is they've already now sewn a picture in your head. Okay, they've actually sewn, and this was before we could use visuals. Okay, so what they've done by using this story, they've actually now created a complete picture in our head. Recently, these men returned to their college for the 25th reunion. They were still very much alike, but were happily married, both had 3 children, and both, it turned out, had gone to work for the same Midwestern manufacturing company after graduation, and were still there. But there was a difference. One of the men was a manager of a small department of that company. The other was its president. What made the difference? Have you ever wondered, as I have, what makes this kind of difference in people's lives? Now we're raising the issue and the question. Okay? So what he's pre-framed it by saying they were exactly alike, everything was the same, and now all of a sudden there is a question of what's different between the guys, right? So the difference lies in which each person knows and how he makes or she makes use of that knowledge. And that is why I'm writing to you and to people like you, so built-in community, about the Wall Street Journal. For that whole purpose of the journal is to give its readers knowledge knowledge that they can use in business. Now, there is a clear line of value here. If I'm in business, they've already kind of pre-framed me by thinking that if I am looking at two people, the exact same circumstances, same background, exact same circumstances there, one is president of the company, the other is a manager, what was the difference between them? So they gave you the headache, and the pill was, it's knowledge. And of course, this goes on. Knowledge is power. It goes on to the journal as the single best source of news and statistics about your money in the money investment section. And then it goes on and on and on. And then it gives you the call to action. And the call to action is a money saving subscription. Put our statements to the proof by subscribing for the next 13 weeks for just $44. This is among the shortest subscription terms we offer and a perfect way to get acquainted with the journal. I may prefer to take advantage of our better buy 1 year for $149. You save over $40 off the price of the journal. Simply fill in the enclosed order card and mail it with the postage paid pre-envelope provided. And here's a journal guarantee. Should the journal not measure up to your expectations, you may cancel this arrangement at any point and receive a refund for the undelivered portion of your subscription. For the undelivered portion of your subscription. I like that as a guarantee because it's the undelivered. If you feel, as we do, that this is fair and reasonable proposition, then you will want to find out without delay if the Wall Street Journal can do for you what it has done for the millions of readers. So please mail the enclosed card now, and we will start serving you immediately. About those two college classmates I mentioned at the beginning of this letter, they were graduated from college together and together got started in the business world. So what made their lives in the business different? Knowledge. Useful knowledge and its application. That's on this part of it. So useless knowledge and its application was the difference. And that's the big difference. I cannot promise you success that will be into yours by reading the Wall Street Journal, but I can guarantee you that you will find the journal always interesting, always reliable, and always useful. And that's the close off. That did $2 billion. That whole project did $2 billion in sales. Okay, $2 billion, and that's the kind of history of the first big sales letter. It was a big, long sales letter. It was double-sided, on a big sheet of paper sent out to the actual person. So that's where sales letter, sales pages came from. So let's have a look at some top sales sites worldwide. I've just picked a couple of these, right? Uber. And the reason I'm doing this is to get you onto headline, okay? Headline communicates a clear benefit. A short form makes converting on this page easy. All right, so you drive Uber. Earn money on your schedule. There's no question what the benefit is. Sign up now, right? There's nothing. Like, that's why all of these sales pages work, is it's very, very single focus. We're going to get to the content in a second, but it's very, very single focus. So then, you're looking at this one, which is Forrester. The call to action button contrasts with the white background, making the button more visible to you visitors. Image of the report is relevant to the offer and gives the visitors a sneak peek of what the report will entail. Design this tech organization from the BT agenda. Design the tech organization from the BT agenda. Okay, so that's a very highbrow one, but very specifically tailored to a specific audience. Do you notice everything else? There is a singular call to action. It's not confusing. It is there right in front of your eyes. You can see it. It is a singular call to action. Then you have this one, which is Microsoft Azure. Just going to open those up because on my screen they're a bit blurry and my eyes at my age are getting bad. So that's advanced analytics, how to tackle the top 3 challenges of IoT projects. The headline communicates clear benefit. Bulleted copy. See the way it's got bullet points here? That is very, very interesting. The bullet points is very, very interesting. The other thing I like about this is they've added an image to it. Even though it's a big company, they've added an image to it and personalized it. So you know that this is the person. Director of Product Marketing, Jerry Lee. The word now in the CTA takes advantage of our desire for instant gratification. Register? No. Get it? No. Grab it? No. Subscribe? No. Book? No. Call? No. Not call later. No, the challenge with a call no button on the side as a CTA, excuse me, as a call to action. The challenges are with that you're going to get absolutely hammered with calls by nighttime, because you've got to understand when your audience is actually looking at your page. So when is your audience looking at your page? Is part of the conversation there. So we're going to talk about 10 ways to create compelling sales copy for your website. I'm going to go through all of these rules very reasonably quickly, and then I'm going to show you how I actually do it. All right? And then we'll talk a bit about upsell and cross-sells and the funnels. Okay? I wanted to put this in at this point in time in the program because you are now communicating with the web team. So when you're talking with the web team, you cannot expect the web people to write your content. You cannot expect them to write your sales pitch. You cannot expect them to understand the needs, wants, and desires of your customer. If you're already in business, you already know the needs, wants, and desires of your customer. So why would you leave it to your to a third party who doesn't know your business? All you got to do is to take what works and follow this formula. Okay, and then I'm going to show you a few hacks. Customers buy benefits, not features. There's no saying, sell the sizzle, not the steak. I use it all the time. All right. Matter of fact, I have a very good image for that, which I should have put in. But anyway, it doesn't matter. And what it is I have a picture. I normally put, when I teach this, a lot of times I have a picture of a cow taking a dump in a field and a steak on a plate. Now, the reality is they're the same thing. Okay. The steak comes from the cow. Everybody knows it comes from the cow. But a cow taking a crap in a field, or a cow in a field, does not give the impression or the feeling of a nice finished steak, cooked, desired. It doesn't get my juices in my mouth flowing. But if we talk about a beautiful fillet cut of steak on a plate with some green vegetables, mushrooms, some home cut fries, a nice piece of pepper sauce on the side, see what's happening, your mouth's starting to water. That's marketing. Okay, so sell the sizzle, not the steak. Customers buy benefits. So if I buy your product, how am I going to better my life? How is my life going to become better at the end of that? That is the question. That is the big question. Okay, how does my life actually become better at the end of that process than it is today? Customers buy solutions, not products. Majority of the time, customers are looking to solve a problem rather than buying a particular product. So explain the solution your product delivers. For example, you will save money by using our product. You will not waste money by using our product. You won't get screwed over. So for example, suffering from a bad golf game, our clubs will improve your game or your money back. No, a lot of times there is a risk reversal mentality with guarantees. Okay, I'm not suggesting that you use them all the time, but if you offer a guarantee, then state it on the sales page. Okay, remember now, you're going to create one sales page with a single call to action. That's part of the program. Once you create a single sales page for your best product with your best customers, that's the call to action. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Change your perspective. Do not use the words I, us, we, my. Don't use it. Talk about how the person is going to benefit. So let me give you a couple of examples. When I started out in this business many, many years ago, I went out and I found a lot of customers that would do business with me. Okay, now let me flip that. For the past 3 decades, I've been helping business owners like yourselves to use marketing to grow their business. I just said the same thing. I just flipped the perspective to you rather than to me. Don't talk about yourself. Don't talk about the product. If you buy a car A Lada and a Rolls Royce, they do the same thing. They have the same function. They work on the same combustion engine. They have the same process. Everything is the same. So why is it different? What's the difference? The only difference is the experience and the perceived value. So your job is, especially if you want to get over the price differentiation, is to provide the value statement on your sales page that gives the person belief that they're going to get best value, because that is what the majority of the market wants. If somebody can't afford it, they can't afford it. That's fine. But all things being equal, between something that's cheap or better value, which one would you want? Better value. Okay? Present a compelling reason. Present a unique and compelling reason for customers to do business with you. When you buy in us instead of your competition, do not mention your competition ever. Okay? Ask the questions, why is your product or service unique? What do you offer that your competitors can't? So don't say, we're better than our competitors because, we offer you 24-hour online service. Here's one thing, customer service is not a unique selling proposition. It's not. Everybody expects customer service. So one of the challenges the hospitality industry has with the likes of TripAdvisor and Booking.com and all these things, right, where people leave reviews, is because people expect a level of service. And the challenge is, in a lot of cases, especially in a high value item, that they're not going to know that the other person is crap until they've actually experienced it. And then it's too late, the horse is bolted. So you can't say, we give exceptional customer service. A, that doesn't mean anything. B is, I'm expecting customer service anyway. And C is, your competition, even if they're absolutely crap, don't go off and say we're crap but we're cheap. Okay? Nobody says that. So using service as a unique proposition just isn't it. You can have service elements. In case of emergency, we're open 24 hours. In case of emergency, we're open 10 hours. We have an always on hotline. We have this, we have that. Whatever you have that you're doing, that's fine. You can state that as part of your unique sales proposition, but do not use the words, we offer you exceptional customer service. Okay, there's just no point. Pay attention to the layout of your site. That comes down to the web person. Use graphics, images wisely. And you saw that in some of the stuff that we've already shown. We now know with the advent of social media that images have become vital. They've become absolutely vital and an integral part of what in the name of God is going on with the world, because we're visual people. We live in a visual world. It's all visual medium. Television is visual. So we're very, very different to previous generations, because previous generations would be have read more and listened more because they could only access books and radio. We become a visual generations from my age downward are visual because we were rare with television. So we're visual. So imagery and video and I would add video to that, have become vital to your actual sales presentations. As a matter of fact, one of the people that I talked to this week, who's in the extension home renovation section, my advice was to get a time-lapse camera and put it in the garden, and it's just taking shots of the extension built, and then that becomes a video, and that becomes a testimonial video to the customer. So you see what was there before, and you see what's after, and you see the whole thing happening. And what's that subconsciously messaging doing? That these guys can start a job and finish a job. And that's part of the very vital point in their world of actually creating a value statement. The first paragraph is the chat up line, right? Okay, we put it in dating terms. The first paragraph is the chat up line. Okay, it is the time you're going to get the person, you're going to get them to understand. You've got to give them in the headline and the first paragraph the reason to read on. not the reason that they should talk to you, but the reason to read on and the reason to stay on the site. And that's the same as your video, right? The start of your video shouldn't be, hi, my name is Anthony McCarthy. I do marketing. No, let's do it. Are you struggling? Is your business struggling to capitalize on the impact of the web? Are you not making sales? Are you using e-commerce, social media, or do you find all of this bewildering? Hi, I'm Anthony McCarthy, the Irish marketer. I've been helping businesses like yours for over the past 10 years to come online and to actually use the internet to grow more sales and to become actually more efficient. The reason I can help you with that, and I use the word I, which I don't like, which we're going to kill that. So for the past 3 decades, in the marketing of the numerous companies and retail companies that I was involved with, you can't always get away with it. I understand the difficulties for businesses like yours to transition to the web. It can be overwhelming. It can be a scary place to go to. What you need is a good guide and a good mentor, somebody who has walked the walk, talked the talk, been where you are, has had to do these transitions. So have a look below, keep reading on, and have a look at all the things I can help you with. This is kind of thing because I'm not actually writing one, right? But it gives you an idea of the twist, right? So now you can twist it. So if I am a building contractor, right? Let's do one for that. We'll do the home renovation ones. So allowing somebody into your house, especially when it is something as personal and as important as extending or renovating your home, can be a daunting task to pick out the correct partner to work with. And yes, I use the word partner because it is a relationship of partners. You are looking for somebody who can get the project done on time, has experience, will come in on budget, will make the process as painless as possible, and has in-depth experience. Hi, I'm Anthony McCarthy. I own Bob the Builder Builders. We have been in the building industry for over the past 3 decades, and our company, we have worked on over 500 home renovations just like yours, from small to large. If you see below, you'll see some of the people that we've worked with and some of the things that they're saying. Actually, here's one of them and what they said about the experience of working with us when we took their dreams and turned them into a reality. Okay, so that's the type of stuff. I know you might be saying, Jay, I can't do that. Jay is what? Like, no, but that's actually what it is. So use credible testimonials, funny enough. Add pictures to the testimonials. Put pictures on the pages. Add pictures to your testimonials. Have people on the page saying how great and wonderful the experience was and all of the benefits and, oh my God, look at me. People want community endorsement. Avoid using abbreviations and trade terms. ROI, this and that. It's fine to use trade and abbreviations if you're talking specifically, and that page is designed specifically for a trade audience. But if you're talking to the general public, talk as if you're talking to a 5-year-old and explaining to them what you're doing. Use common language, do not use business language. Therefore, is further apart? No, just keep it simple. Make the text easy to read. Again, that will come down to the web designer. So that's the rules. So now let me show you how I'm going to do it. And I'm going to start screen share. Okay. So that's where I got the landing pages. So what I will do, right, and go off, is I will use Google. So this is an engineering company. So what I Googled on this was the top builders in the USA, right? And I got this engineering company. I quite liked this, very much so for the image, right? Because, you know, think about it. You're automatically thinking that this is a big company. What does that image tell us you? What does it tell you? It tells you that, they're, for our big engineering world, I don't like the site, I just like the image, okay? So that image is very clever. So I'm looking for content for my building company, right? I have it here. So I looked up home renovation contractors in the USA, right? And I found this one. Small bit of clicking. You're going to have to dig in. So I will normally go to the States or country that I'm not in and look for the content, right? I am not saying I want to copy their site. I am saying I'm looking for content. And the reason I looked at this one is I don't particularly like their site, right? And their home remodeling, yet this looks like a brand new home, okay? And then they have the standard picture of the staff. Like, what? Did I not do any other work? Really? What is good is they have some testimonials, again, no pictures, right? But what I did like was this. We are passionate, honest, dependable. They did have some good stuff, right? Okay, so I can actually take that, okay, and I'll copy that, and I will, I didn't have Word open, so 1 second. So remember now I'm creating the content for my page here, right? I'm the one who's going to create my content. I know what works in our business. And of course, Word won't work. We'll just wait for something to open. You can see all the bounces and know it's open source. We have a winner. Just God love Microsoft. Okay, so then what I'll do is I'll open a new note. Okay, mine's a Mac, yours is going to be different, you know, and I'll just paste those in. Okay? So that's some of it. Now what else can we do? Let's go back here. I haven't looked at the rest of it. Let's try these. Leave construction. So I quite like this. So then there. Oh, and I like all of this is the services. I quite like this one, so I'll take that. No, obviously I know I wasn't the construction business, but I don't know what it is about this. But you see what I'm doing here? I'm building up the content, right? And I see something there that I really like, and they've a hidden, right? I'm not saying I like their sites, okay? I'm just saying their content is quite good. I like this how to swipe. Oh, really like this, right? Really like that. So I'm going to swipe that completely because now I can use that as part of one of my emails to send my customers, right? And I'll put that new note, right? And then what I'll do is I'll start going in here and I'll start fixing this, right? So I'll leave you, the list goes on. So Bob, the builder, will be your partner on your dream renovation or extension. Because a lot of people don't know what to write, okay? And I understand that. That's fine. So if you go here and you then take the content from sites, a number of different sites, that you build up the content, you can then fix it, send it off to the person, and then if you want to get get a copywriter to look over it and spend the money and get a copywriter to look over it. But you see what I did there? Like I now have all of this content, right? And that took what, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 6 minutes? And I can go back in and go to another one and see if there's anything else that I can keep building up the story. Okay, general contractors, that's Shane the homebuilder.com. Let's have a look at him. The sites are crap. pop up straight away. And he does bathrooms, obviously. But he won an award, isn't that great? Did you ever click the call? No. Yeah, this is a pretty crap. But let's have a look at the home remodeling. So let's say you're in the bathroom remodeling, right? And you want to do, it's awful, isn't it? Yeah, they're crap. So you find ones that are just awful and you just move on. I hope you never become a customer. Or maybe you should become a customer. Maybe I should contact all of these guys and say, your sites are crap. All right. And so we got them. Improvements, Sweden, the best contractors. Okay, let's try Sweden.com. They're like, and this is all I'll do. I'll spend an hour or two. Right? See the difference in the strength of the pictures? Much, much better. What do they do there? Post so you can get matched. How it works. Also, this crowd are an actual sourcing site, right? Okay, so they're of no use again. So that's 2 blanks we're after drawing. That's all right. We'll do one more. I love this because it has the word luxury in it. Let's see if the site comes across with luxury. It's too slow to load in and look at it. I like that. So put that in. So look at that get started page. 6 steps to renovation. My good God. Oh, and it did load it. They're nice pictures. A message from the president. Click here to learn more.
Alvironova is a renovation company that works directly with our clients to develop the architectural design all the way through to the construction of the renovation projects.
Our clients primarily come in to our building, first of all, to see the design in 3 dimension, doing virtual fly-throughs to make sure they understand what they're getting in the renovation.
It really helps them see what they're going to get before we ever kind of swing a hammer or get in there.
See how much stronger the video is? Okay. So I did another one because we got some installation people, and it's a hard one, right? So 20 best installation contractors, and I just looked up one and started looking at them. Okay. You can do the same thing. So no matter what your business is, there's probably somebody been in there and who has done this before you have actually done it. Okay, so that's the reality. So when you're going for content, the reality is the conversation here, guys, is this one simple. Is people have more than likely created some great content. In a lot of cases, especially in my industry, guys would have spent an awful lot of money on it. So in your business, there's somebody has done it. So I would always head for the States, the UK, the bigger markets. And normally somebody who has got no life whatsoever has done a top 10 or top 100 list. And that's where I start looking for top 100 luxury builders in the US, top 100 renovation builders, top 100 luxury spas in the USA, all of these type of things. And then I will go and literally swipe the content from them and then create a document like I did. That's the one I was showing you. And you can literally go way off of. So that's a quick one on the actual content. So you've got your rules, you've got your content. Don't just go to a web designer and dump a load of gobbledygook on them. Put some format into it. You need to come up with a headline. You need to understand the USPs, the unique selling propositions of your business, and you need to know why in the name of God people want to do business with you. You'd know that already because you're in business, okay? So then you go off and you literally head to sites. And as I just did, let me share my screen again. One second. Okay, so then literally you get this, and then you just spend some time and you go in and you fix the content. I do it all the time. Okay. And that's how you create a sales content that works. You know, like listen to it. We do it all from concept to completion. We're preparing for full-scale home renovation, kitchen and bath or basement remodel. Obviously, we do basements over here. So we get rid of that. And maybe the kitchen and bath is too small for your business, whatever, doesn't matter. You just fix it out, you take that out. Fix that. Bob the Builder, we'll change that to Bob the Builder. Bob Builder's company for you. Why do you with the 7 companies when you can contract with just one, save yourself the hassle. And you can take any of this stuff and put it. I like these as tick marks. We design, plan, and build. You know, if you don't do the design and the plans, you know, once your design is done, plan, we look after everything else. You can twist the content to suit what you're doing. The point is that there's content out there that has already been created by somebody else, and all you've got to do is to take pieces of that and put it together for your own content. Okay? So stop panicking about it. Spend an hour or two, sit down. The other great thing about this, and the other interesting thing is, when from a pure on the hill business strategy looking down at it, when you go off and you do this, it's funny what you learn. And it's funny what you see somebody else is offering the service, you go, ooh, hang on a second. That's clever, we could do that. So it starts opening up your mind as well. I'm not saying go to your competitions in the same town. I'm not saying go into competition in the same country. I'm saying go to a different country. Go to the States, go to England. If you're in the States, go to Ireland, go to England. If you're in England, go to the States, go to Ireland, America, Australia, Philippines, doesn't matter. Go somewhere, look them up, do some research, and then pull it away in. So I hope that makes sense on the content side of it for you. So let's just finish it on the content. Don't just dump your content on somebody, a third party, and expect them to come up with War and Peace. It's not going to happen. I can't be any blunter than that about it. It's just not going to happen. You cannot expect somebody to write about your business when they don't know about your business. No matter how much information you give them, you've got to give them a template. You've got to give them most of the work. They can finesse it and fine tune it. That's fine, but they cannot create it. And also on top of that, they will not use the language that you're used to using. And the site has to be congruent with you, especially if it's going to become a face-to-face meeting. So the site has to be congruent with you. So if you speak a certain way and certain mannerisms, that has to be reflected on the site. So if it's written by somebody else, so let's say, for example, dear sir, is further to our letter of the first part and the second part, where we'll do this and that and all the rest of it, then, you know, not going to happen. If I can come up with going, how are you, boss, how are you getting on? Right? Just does not happen. Okay? So do your change. Get your stuff, go get your content, do your work, and get that, and then hand that to the web person. Okay? Then let them finesse it. They might have to check for typing, and then check it for typos when you get the site up to make sure it's done, especially in my case. So now, after all that, on to the content of the actual title of the webinar, upselling, cross-selling. So what everybody talks about, and what everybody, including the current phone companies, and it's one of my pet hates, the TV companies and the rest of it, what they actually do is traffic, lead capture, paid leads, opportunity product, follow-up emails, opportunity product, sales, right? And a lot of people aren't actually using email in this, and that's going to be a segment that we're going to talk about later on, about using email, and also know between using email and social media as a way of constantly engaging with your customer. However, where a lot of people don't talk about is when the customer is about to purchase or has just purchased, how to make more sales, and then how to do more business with people who've already bought from you. Because the reality is that somebody who's already bought from you is more likely to buy again, unless you messed up. Okay? So if you can, it was one of the things that used to frustrate me in the tile business and the kitchen and bathroom business, was that you would come in, you buy stuff off us, you think we're the best things since sliced bread, and I had nothing else to sell you. I just had nothing else to sell you. It used to frustrate me. So we get your kitchen done, your bathroom done, I get your hall done, your porch done, I tell you tiles your back garden, wherever I'm going. But at some point in time, you were done. So if that's your business, then upselling and cross-selling, there's still some upsells, but it's a fine line. It's a definitive line interaction. Okay, so it starts and it finishes at some point. So always try and look at where is the recurring model, and when you're looking at upsells and cross-sells, where's the recurring model, as in how do you get money out of somebody every month, okay? And this all started with a very high rev or high technical company called McDonald's, right? So cross-selling is, would you like fries with that? You can call it upselling, but it's actually cross-selling. They introduced another product, okay? So they increased the sales value. Upselling is, would you like to supersize that? And McDonald's are the king of doing this, okay? They're absolutely amazing at getting you to purchase more. And what they're doing is they're increasing the transactional value of each customer, because they know they can only get X number of customers through the door, okay? One of the ways to make more money is to get that customer to buy more while they're at the till. Amazon do it by saying to other people purchase as well. And they get anywhere between a 15 to 20% lift, we believe. You can't actually get stats on it because Amazon won't release it. But it looks like a 15 to 20% uprise or uptake in that. So consider if they're doing a couple of billion a year, 15 to 20% is a lot of money, right? So how do you introduce this into your business? Well, one of the ways of doing it is by email, okay? Email is very, very effective. If somebody has bought, you can email them and look at upselling them through email. You can upsell them through social media. So let's have a look at an actual funnel, right? So what we've kind of talked about a bit is earning paid media, getting somebody in, and then the right side of growing, getting more business from your existing customers. What other products can you give to the customer while you're doing business with them? Because your profit margin on those increases phenomenally, because you don't have any customer acquisition costs. Your costs are done because you've already made a sale. So what products do you have? And this is something to sit down and with a blank piece of paper and look at it. When somebody buys, how could you get them to get another service? Is there something else that you can offer them? Have you got something else you can sell them? Because if you can do that, you're increasing your transactional value with your customer. So for example, if you buy a program, one of my online programs, okay, you will constantly get emails from me. And my reality is, as I said at the very, very first video in this series, was it's buy or buy, BYE or BUI. And I'm fine with that. People at different value levels get different service. Okay? People at different value levels get different service. That's just the reality of it. Because people who are spending more money are more valuable to me than people who are spending less money. No, that might sound cold and calculating, but it is, and it's business. So how do I find something to sell somebody else? Maybe you'd like this with that. Would you like fries with that? Would you like to supersize it? Where you cross sell. So in a digital funnel, you can create upsells, cross sells, and downsells. Okay, upsells, cross sells, and downsells. So for example, let's take heating and plumbing business, because we talked about that. Right. So let's say I am selling you a boiler, right? Can I sell you heating controls with that? Would you like heating controls with that? Because it's going to make your whole system much more economical, and you'll get a much better return on investment a lot quicker, because you'll be saving money. And by the way, we also have this set of rads, that these rads are much better, right? Because what happens with these rads is they actually they reduce the level, like I don't know anything about heating and plumbing, I'm making this up, right? So they reduce the level of heat that's required, which means that the boiler is working way less, which means obviously you're burning less fuel, which again increases your value. So because I've already made the decision to buy a boiler, no, the only limitation is, do I have the budget or not? Let's be realistic, right? Do I have the budget? Then if you've got financing options, you can offer in a financing option. By the way, we could do this and that and that and that, and also we can do this. And by the way, we've got this financing option that would now allow you to do this and that, and then, every 12 months we come back to service your boiler. We just get you to sign a maintenance agreement for 75 or 175, $1,075,000, whatever it is. We'll do the first one for you for free. And then after that, it gets taken out every year. And we call back, and when you have a set appointment, we come back, every year to check your boiler and your rads and make sure you don't have any problems. Now I've built a recurring business section into this, where I can do it, and I can have my guys on their spare time call into it. No, that may or may not work for your business. I don't know. Okay. It's the same with builders. Like the amount of builders that go off and do work and never send back any guy, to come around a year later and just say, do you need any touch-ups, check the windows, make sure this or that. I know because you're using subcontractors, it can be difficult. But in every business, there's a possibility of going back and selling the customer. So, if you're doing something, whatever your product or service is, web design, sales, whatever, you have the possibility. Would you like hosting with that? In a web design business, let's be honest, would you want us to host it? No problem. Would you like us to put the SEO on it? Yes. Would you like us to put Google Analytics on it? Yes. These are all small upsells that can be just taken in and put in and increase the transactional value of the customer. The more you increase the transactional value of that customer, the less money you have to get in for more new customers coming in to make your targets. Okay? So you're always looking at how to increase your sales without ramming it down somebody's throat now. One of the ways you can do this is email, because if somebody's purchased and it's a period of time purchase, you can then have an email sequence running to the person to inform them of all the benefits of going for this extra little bit. And the most expensive thing in anything is for the sake of. Okay? So if you're doing your house, or if you're going to a wedding, or if you're going on holidays, get it. For the sake of it, we might as well just get it. For the sake of it, we might as well upgrade to this. For the sake of it, we might as well do that. Because I'm in purchasing mode. I'm in buyer's heat. It's called buyer's heat. You get me to crack the wallet, now all of a sudden, the minute I crack the wallet, now I'm into a situation where, bang, you have me. You got me to crack the wallet, you've got me to step out, now I'm willing to go and spend more money. Because I've already made the decision, I've taken the leap of faith, I've jumped off the cliff. Now don't pound me, there is a science to this and there is a testing that you have to do. But if you get me to buy something, so in the internet world, we would have a front-end product, low-value front-end product, and then we would have a number of upsells after. So you buy something for $17-27. We then offer you something for $47.97, then something for $197, then $497, $997, 25 grand, whatever it's going to be, right? Because you know that the stats will come along and a percentage will buy this and a percentage will buy that and a percentage will buy this, which increases your overall transactional value. Okay? It just makes sense. So I think your challenge at the end of this is, how do you actually increase your sales value with your customer? Where's your fries? Where's your supersized meal? What is it? What is it? And don't be afraid to put it into your automated funnel. So when the purchase is purchased, you say, you've now done this, great, thank you very much, your order's been processed. By the way, would you also like this? Yes or no? No, I want to proceed right in. Fine, proceed on. You know, Ryanair do a very good job of it. You know, would you like to sit on the wings of the plane or sit in the plane? Would you, when you're sitting in the plane, would you actually like to be on a seat, or would you like to be with the other 75 people in the toilet? I'm being silly, but you see, you know my point. Like, they offer hotels, they offer car hire, they're offering all this, and they're picking up a load of business that way because it's actually within the funnel. I know people find it annoying. I know everybody says it's annoying, yet we all still use them, is the point. And they're making more money from it. So when you see the likes of Amazon doing it and Ryanair doing it and a lot of clever businesses doing it, Booking.com, you know, all of these guys, what are the ancillary upsells that make sense? So let's take the Ryanair example. I'm going to fly in the plane. Ryanair, I know where their model is because I was at a conference with their